Yes, good morning. Yeah, Pranit, I can share your screen, please.
Hi, good morning, Viswar. Sharing, please.
Okay. So yesterday we have done the installation. Now we are going to discuss about different consoles provided by AEM. Okay. So what is a console? Console is nothing, it is an interface. Okay. So in any AEM project, we have different types of users, right? Internal users. We have developers, two types of developers, UI developer, core developer. Then we have content authors, then testers, administrators. So we have different types of users in any AEM project. The roles and responsibility of each type of users are different. Okay, developer is having a different role. Admin is having different role. Tester is having a different role. Author is having a different role. So developer will create template, components, Java classes and all. Content author will create the website, will create the pages of your website, will add the content, right? So AEM provides different consoles for different type of users to perform their tasks. Let's say I'm a content author. I want to create a page. So there is a separate console for that or separate interface for that. I'll use that console to create a page. I'm a developer. I want to create a template. So there is a separate console for that. Okay, so AEM provides different consoles for a different type of users to perform their tasks. So now we'll see. First one, once you log into your instance, yeah, you will land in master navigation console. Okay, you can see the URL localhost colon 4502. Localhost means host number, host name on which your instance is running. 4502, the port number on which your author instance is running. aem/start.html is the URL to access this master navigation console. From this console, I can navigate to all other consoles of AEM. So here in the left panel, you can see one hammer symbol. Click on that. So now click on CRXD Lite. So first we'll discuss this console, CRXD console. So CRXD is a browser-based editor. Okay, mostly used by the developers. CRXD is a browser-based editor. So we know editors, Eclipse, NetBeans, IntelliJ, these are editors. Using Eclipse, we can develop Java application, web application, right? And Eclipse is a window-based editor. There is one exe file, click on that, Eclipse will open. Right. So CRXD is a browser-based editor. So we are using this editor to create our AEM application. And it is browser-based. You have to type the URL in the browser, then the editor will open. What is the URL? Localhost colon 4502 slash crx slash de slash index.jsp. If you type this URL in your browser, this editor will open, provided your author instance is up and running. Okay. So mostly this editor is used by the developers. So as a developer, you need to know what all folders are there. In the left panel, you can see number of folders, apps, content, bean, number of folders are there. So as a developer, you need to know why these folders are there and what can you do with those folders. So first we'll see the apps folder. So expand the apps folder. When you expand it, we'll find another folder called we retail under that. Yes, we retail. Yeah, that one. Expand it. So what is we retail? So as I told earlier, AEM provides one sample web application for our reference, right? So in different versions of AEM, they provide different sample applications. So in this version, AEM 6.5, they provide W retail. So in some other versions, you will find geometrics. You will find weekend tutorials. Okay. So this website or this web application is for our reference. So when you expand W retail, we'll find a number of folders under that. Client leaves, components, config, right? So expand the components folder. For any project, we have to create templates and components. Developer has to create them, right? So here in components folder, you can see expand content under components. Yeah. So there are a number of components are there. So these components are created for we retail website, we retail web application. If I want to develop my own website, training.com or learning.com or something, then I have to create a folder like we retail. I have to create a folder called training under apps. Okay. Then under training folder, I can create a folder called components. Under components folder, I can create all the components for my training website or learning website, whatever. Okay. So these are the components they created for VRetail project. So close the components folder. So you don't find templates folder here. Actually in AEM there are two types of templates, static templates and dynamic templates. If your project is created in earlier versions of AEM, you will find a lot of static templates. So static templates are created in apps folder. For my training project, if I want to create some static templates, then under apps, I have to create a folder called training. Under that, I have to create a folder called template. Then under templates folder, all my static templates can be created. But here you don't see this templates folder because they are not using any static template, they are using dynamic templates. But if in your project, if you are using static template, you can create a folder called templates here, and under templates folder, all the static templates can be created. There is a folder called client libs. Expand that. In any web application, okay, not only Java based web application, any web application, PHP based, .NET based. So definitely we need a JavaScript and CSS files, right? So why we need CSS style sheets? To apply look and feel to our pages. If I want to make my page colorful, I have to give some background. How can I do? So I have to write some CSS for that. Okay. So for any web application, definitely we have to write some CSS and JS. If it is AEM application and you want to use JS and CSS in your project, you have to create a client library. Okay. So under this client libs is actually a folder under which there are a number of client libraries are there. Client lib hyphen base, communities, client lib hyphen site. Okay, so number of client libraries are there. In every client library, you will find JS and CSS files. Example, can you expand client lib hyphen site? So this is one client library for W retail project. Okay, for our project also we can create like this. So you can see there is a folder called LESS. Expand that. So you'll find grid.less, main.less. So these are actually your CSS files. So your CSS classes are defined in those files. So for our training project also, we can create like this. So you can see there is a JS file, script.js or something. In your project, if you want to use JavaScript, you can create that JavaScript in your client library also. Okay, so in your project, you can use multiple client libraries. Okay, so now close this client libs folder. So client libs is for the client libraries. In every client library, we have JavaScript and CSS files. There is a folder called config. Config stands for configuration. For my project, I want to configure one specific log file. So I can create it here. Or let's say in my project, I'm accessing some third-party APIs. Okay. And that third-party APIs are having endpoints. Okay. For a dev environment, there is specific endpoint. For QA, UAT, there are different endpoints up there. So I can create configuration, one configuration for dev environment, one for QA, one for UAT, and I can define that API URL in those configurations. So in your project, if you want to use any configuration, this is the place to create that. Okay, close this config. You can create a configuration for author instance, publish instance, dev environment, QA, dev author, QA author. Based on your requirement, you can do. There is a folder called I18N. Expand it. I18N stands for internationalization. So in your project, if you want to implement internationalization, you have to create this I18N folder. Okay. So what is internationalization? Let's say I created one website and that website is having content in English language. In the home page of my website, we are displaying one button. In that button, the text learn more is written. Okay. In the button, the label of that button is learn more. And I launched the website in French language. Same button will be displayed, but the label instead of learn more, the equivalent word of learn more in French language will be displayed there. So how can I achieve that? Using internationalization. Okay. So if you want to implement internationalization, you can create I18N folder. Under that, you can see EN, FR. It means they want to internationalize in two languages, English and French. If I want to internationalize in Spanish, I need to create another folder called ES. Okay, this is for internationalization. Now close this I18N. So what all things we are going to create here? We are going to create all the components, static templates, client libraries, configurations, internationalization. So all those things will be created in apps folder. There is a folder called install. Expand it. We'll find a jar file under that. What is jar file? If you are developing a Java-based application and you want to put those Java classes in your application server, you have to create a jar file. Then put that jar file in your application server. So in your AEM application, if you are using some Java classes, if you are using servlets, link models, some specific Java classes, utility classes, you have to create jar file and put that jar file in AEM server. Okay. So this is the jar. This actually we call it as a bundle. OSGI bundle. OSGI bundles are jar files, but there are some differences between jar and bundle. We'll discuss that later. So this is a bundle. Okay. This jar file is a bundle. They are using some Java classes and I created a bundle like this. So this is not mandatory, but if you want, you can create a folder install and keep your bundle here. Okay. So in apps folder, we are going to create all static templates, components, client libraries, configurations, internationalization. We can keep our bundle in the install folder also. Okay. So this is about apps folder. Now close the apps folder, close W retail and close apps. Now go to content folder. Like apps folder, there is another folder called content. So what exactly we are doing in AEM? We are going to create the website and manage the content of the website, right? We are going to create the website and its pages. So once you create a page, where that page will be stored? In content folder. So in your apps folder, your templates, components, client library, all those things are created. In content folder, your website and its pages are created. Here also you'll find a folder called WeRetail. Expand that. So under WeRetail, you can see. So this is our root page, root page of your WeRetail website. Okay, so Adobe provides this sample web application for us, right? WeRetail website. So this WeRetail is the root page of the WeRetail website. If I want to create my own website training.com, I have to create a root page like this. So how I know that this is a page? Select WeRetail, click on WeRetail, go to the properties panel. Where is properties panel? At the bottom of your editor, you can see number of rows are there. Bottom of your editor, not left panel, main panel. Below that, you can see number of rows are there. Right? Yes. So this is your properties panel. When you click on that root page, go to the properties panel, you'll find a property called primary type, JCR colon primary type. What is the value? CQ colon page. Okay. So it means this WeRetail is a page. Just give a minute. Huh? Okay. So this doubly retail is a page. This is the root page. Under doubly retail, you will find US. So click on US. I want to launch my website in multiple countries, in United States, in UK, in some other countries. So I have to create some country specific pages. So US is a country specific page. Okay. It means I launch my website in US. Under US, you can see EN and ES. It means in the United States, I launch my website in English language and in Spanish language. These are language specific pages. So similarly, there is some take some other country CH. In CH, I want to launch my website in English language in or some other language. Okay, fine. So expand EN. So EN is also a page, right? Select EN, go to properties panel. What is the primary type? CQ colon page. Okay. So under EN, you will find number of pages. Experience, men, women, equipment, number of pages are there. Right. So under each language specific page, we need to create all the pages of our website in that particular language. It means under EN, I need to create all the pages which will have content in English language. Under FR, I have to create those pages which will have content in French language. Okay. So experience, men, women. So these are the pages which will have content in English language. So expand experience. So you'll find some more pages under that. Okay, so there is a page hierarchy. So experience is the parent page of Arctic surfing, hours of wilderness, or pages are there, right? Under experience, you'll find some child pages. Means experience is the parent page of those pages. At the same time, experience is a child page of English. Right? English is a child page of US. English is a parent page of experience. So there should be parent-child relationship between all the pages of your website. You cannot create your pages randomly. You have to follow this ideal structure of any AEM website. So what is the ideal structure? First, the root page will be created. Under that, country-specific page. Under that, language-specific pages. Under that, all other pages of your website in that particular language. And there should be parent-child relationship between all the pages. Okay. So the website and its pages are created in content folder. Okay, so how these pages are created in content folder? To create a page, there is a separate console. Open a new tab in your browser and type localhost colon 4502 slash site admin. Open a new tab in your browser, or you can duplicate this tab. Localhost colon 4502 slash site admin, SITE site ADMIN admin. Enter. So this is another console provided by AEM. So we have seen CRXD, right? So this is another console. Using this console, we can create the website and its pages. Once you create a page, it will be stored in the content folder in your CRXD. Okay. So when you open this console, you'll find doubly retail. So actually that doubly retail website, which we saw in the content folder, it was created here, right? So under doubly retail, you can see United States, Canada, Switzerland, right? So the website and its pages are created using this console. Let's say I want to create a page. So expand United States under we retail, expand English. Okay, let's say I want to create a page called test page. So select English. Yeah. I want to create a page called test page under this English page. Okay. So there is a button called a new. Beside that button, you can see one drop down is there. Click on that drop down, new page. Click on new page. So what exactly we are doing now? We are creating a page. So earlier we discussed in AEM to create a page, we need a template. So here you have to select a template. Hero page is a template, experience fragment. Number of templates are there. Scroll down, you can see some more templates. So select experience page. So I am going to create a page called test page using this experience page template. In the title field, type test space page, capital T. So whenever you see the title field, enter the first letter in capital letter and enter a space between each word. So test space page. Name, name is not mandatory. Okay. But actually it is a mandatory field. If you don't provide any name, AEM will give a name to your page. Or if you want to provide any specific name to your page, you can enter here or leave it blank. AEM will give a name to your page. So we are creating a page called test page using experience page template. Click on create. So what we did, we have created a page called test page. Yes. So the row number 9. This is the test page. So as I told, when you create a page, that page will be stored in the content folder. So go to CRXD, find out this test page there. CRXD console. Uh, Refresh this W retail, right click and refresh or refresh EN, US, anything is fine. No, click on that particular page, right click, refresh, correct. Under EN, you can see test page. So this is the page we created. So when you create a page, there is a node or folder called a JCR colon content created under that. Click on JCR content under test page. Every page is having this JCR content node under that. So in JCR content node, all information about that page will be stored. All information about test page is stored in the JSON content node under test page. So go to properties panel, row number 7, JCR colon title, property name. What is the value? Test space page. So this is what you entered while creating the page, right? In the title field. So that data is stored here. Row number 3, property name is CQ colon template. And in the value, you can see experience page template. While creating the page, you have selected this template, experience page template. So that information is stored here. Okay. So in JCR content node of any page, you will find all the information about that particular page. Okay. So in content folder, we are going to create our website, its pages, and once you create a page using site admin console, you will be able to find that page in your content folder. Every page is having JCR content node, and if you select the JCR content node, you'll find all the properties of that particular page there. Okay, so we have seen apps folder, we have seen content folder. Also, we have seen this CRXD console, and we we have seen the site admin console. We are able to create a page using site admin console. We are able to find out that page in CRX. Okay, so we'll cover this much today. We have some more consoles in AEM. We'll discuss rest of the consoles in our next class. Any questions, doubts till now?
Yeah, Biswal. Actually, I'm using M1 chip, MacBook M1 chip. Is this supports in my system, this
Yes,
AEM software?
yes. It will support, but
Oh,
you have to install JDK 11 for Mac.
Okay.
The JDK IE is shared that supports Windows operating system. You have to download JDK 11 for map, install it. On top of that, you have to install AEM. You have to follow exact same process.
Yeah. Okay, Biswal. Got it. Thank you.
So Biswal, you were talking about the static and the dynamic
Template.
pages, uh,
Template.
templates. So when we are using the AEM, we are creating the dynamic ones or the static ones, or we can make
In
both.
AEM, in AEM, we have two types of templates, static templates
Mhm.
and dynamic. We can create both of them based on our
Okay.
requirement. Yes.
Okay, but as of now, how the website, like we took the example of NDTV web page. So that was the dynamic template, right? Am I correct?
No, no. So
Okay.
by seeing a page, you can't say that it is this page is created using dynamic template or static template.
Okay.
Okay. So dynamic, we'll discuss that going forward. Okay. We
Okay.
have
Okay.
separate sessions
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Okay. So, like we did in CRXDE
Hmm.
and the other page we did, the WCM.
Site
Uh,
admin. Yeah.
yeah. So, can we create other pages and for just we did the test page. So I
You
can
can,
create any
yes,
page. Yes.
yes, you can create more pages. You have to follow
Okay.
the same step. Okay.
Okay. So this WA retail is the app
Sample,
already
sample.
for like the
Yes,
sample app, right?
correct. This is for our
Okay.
reference.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So today for that this was it. I will do it and I will let you know if I
Yes,
stuck
just go
somewhere.
go through the recording, whatever we discussed today. Just try to understand. Okay, if you have any questions, doubts, then we'll discuss that in the next class. Okay. So we are actually expecting some more students. So once they
Okay.
join, we'll have a complete I
Mm-hmm.
mean session of 1 hour every day. Okay. So maybe in 1 or 2 days we'll do that. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.